Now is our peer review session. We will start with 10. What is your comment?
Okay, so for your macro teaching just now, I suggest you to grip the student at first. I mean, not straight away showing them the song. Maybe you should ask them how was your day, like a bit of greeting there. And then second is when you are playing the song, you shouldn't speak. Yeah, that's all from me.
Next.
For me, I like the use of the movie from the Frozen because you know that movie is popular and so much familiar with the students, the age range. So I like it.
Okay, Wami. Any more?
Okay, so for me, I think the clip that you have choose the song is a good one because that we know that in the movie there are two parts where Zack sing, which is the first part is recording session and then the concert. So I think by choosing the concert part for singing to show it to your student is a good idea because from there we can see how your student will react because there's a lot of feeling in that part. So I like your video selection.
Okay. And the last one, Kila.
I think it's quite interesting lah. You choose songs for this kind of activity. Like it's not boring, you know. Sometimes it's also fun for like teenagers to have fun in their class, not just 100% focusing on the lesson and with the dry topics and all. So it's quite interesting that you choose this. I think it's refreshing.
And then the last thing I like is the adjectives for the characters, the matching session. It is very relevant for the following activity.
So I like the way you give the student example, like you give them real life example that can make them feel more relatable.
The adjective for the student to describe the character because sometimes they don't know the words, so the example really help them to describe the character. So that's all for me.
Chesty activity because she switches from PDF to PDF and then video. So I suggest maybe you put everything into a slide so you don't need to switch every time. And then the video, right, because there are many scenes, maybe you can include some titles before every scene so the students are clear about what's going to happen next because there are 3 scenes, right? Maybe you can put Zack and Abby, Zack and Sam.
For the video, I suggest you should put the subtitle in English instead of in Malay. I bet would be better for the students.
Instruction, right? There's this part where Ten asks to copy the name because she needs to know the name before she can copy the adjective, right? Maybe you can make the student copy the name first and then focus on the adjective later, right? They copy the name first and then they can just look straight away at the adjective after they copy the name and just list it down. It will be like easier for them. And make it smoother. The lesson will be like a bit of smoother. Yeah. Okay, so I like the game. It's actually pretty fun actually. We were like looking at the words. I was so when we were playing, I was so like do it. I think it's fun. Maybe next time you can add song. I don't know, make it more like less quiet because when we're like not talking and looking at the words, no one is talking. It's kind of awkward. But I like the game. Yeah.
So for me, maybe when you ask the genre to your student, maybe you can show them pictures or just short clips to show that what is action movie and then what kind of comedy maybe, so that it become more interesting and then interactive at the same time to avoid the quietness in the class, so that our student participate well in the classroom. So that's all from me.
For me, I think the movie Ant-Man and Before maybe Wani can change to some more famous movie like Ant-Man. You can change to the Marvel movie like Endgame or something with the same concept lah. Because Ant-Man maybe lesser people have watched it. Of course for Meatball also maybe change to more famous, more renowned movie.
I like the slide that you prepared for the student. It's very attractive and beautiful. Yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, thank you everyone.
For me, I can say that Dan did a good job because I also cannot think that about using the question from the movie and relate it with other poems. And I think that's a good try. Interesting for me because yeah, your student watch the movie and then they are not aware what are they going to do. So and when Ten said selecting question from the movie and then relate it with the poem, I think it's creative. Yeah, for
I
me.
think it is suitable for Form 4 students because they are really going to college. And for the question that what do you want to do for your wild and precious life, it makes the students have a chance to think of their dreams, although it may be not realistic, but it is their wildest dream, right? So I think this
I
one
kind of like that you use this clip because you're like unconscious indirectly you are teaching your student to empathize with someone's situation because the clip was like emotional. So it's like you're teaching them to use their emotions to empathize with someone who is not that lucky enough in the
Activity is related to the next activity, right? So I like how you question the student first about the question based on the movie. You ask them what they're going to do for the future, what their dreams of, because it like a guideline for the student to do the next activity. So like that.
maybe if you are clicking for the questions right from the video, maybe you can cut out to a picture so that you don't need to click one by one. It's like a few pictures and then you just straight away show them the cut scene picture. Video. And then also for the song request, right, you don't need to ask the students. Maybe you can straight away play the song.
I like the way how you interact with the student and lead them to answer the questions. Yeah, it's helped the student a lot.
And then the way you interact with them, you give a good example, like you motivate them, you give them motivation to answer your question. So that's all from me.
Right. The interaction between you as a teacher and the student is very effective, and you really respond well when they ask you a question. And I like the use of the movie because that's a guideline the student to think about what they are going to do for the bucket list. So that's all from me.
Yes, thank you everyone. We are done.